All right. So, we are going to today do a live unboxing. So this should be fun. And I know it's late at night for the vast majority of you guys. And no, Jack, you're not first. Menzies got first. I know it's late at night for the vast majority of you guys, but I wanted to do a live stream that was very late because I know we have a lot of overseas fans who it's probably like really early in the morning for them still, but at least it's not like crazy late at night. And then also, um, you guys from the United States, hopefully there's still a few of you guys up on a Friday night, right? So, hey Andrew, hey Jack, hey Jeremy, hey Braxton, hey Menzies. Let's go Devils. What? I don't know what that's about. Hey Tashawn. So nice to see. Yeah, I was not ready for this. That's exactly right. So I gave you guys like 5 minutes warning on the Facebook group. I probably should have posted something on Instagram too. So I know we have 10 or so people already on. But why don't I post something on Instagram really quick, just so I don't forget about those guys too, right? So let's see. Should I take a picture of me or you guys? How about both? That's a bad picture. Oh, we're up to 26 already. Jeez. So, all right, here we go. All right, I had to smile for the camera. I didn't even get it. Whatever. Here, I have a better idea. While we're waiting for a few guys. So, you guys know the point to today. I'm going to do a live unboxing. So here's the funny thing. I have no idea if it's called the Kiver mask or a Kiver mask, because when I went on the Russian Facebook page for them, in Russian it's actually Kiver. So, but I've been calling it Kiver, so I'm probably going to call it. Who knows? I have no idea what I'm going to call it. And I've never actually talked to them like on the phone, so I have no idea like how to actually say it. So, but I have this rather large package here of the new mask with paint job. So let me take a quick picture. Actually, I don't know if I want a picture of my address online. That's probably a bad idea, right? Let's go with the other side. All right, there we go. All right, so while let's see, we're up to like 30ish now, so that's nice. So I'll post this on Instagram really quick and then we'll get started. And Instagram like never gets my words right for some reason. Let's see, we're up to 30ish still. All right, so the Kiver, goalie mask, and paint. Make sure to come to our YouTube channel, which you guys are already on. So you guys are ahead of the game. So good job. All right, and then link in bio. That is the most annoying part of Instagram, is that you can't have links in your posts. All right. All right, we got something on Instagram now. So yes, Jeremy, the mask is painted. So a lot of you guys probably already saw this mask on Instagram, because I've been talking about it quite a bit, and I think I may have posted a couple times on Facebook too. But it is fully painted, and it's the I'm just gonna call it Kiver because that's how it looks in Russian. So we're gonna go with Kiver. Um, the mask itself is really close to a 961 mold, but then I had them put triangle vent holes on it, so that'll be nice. I actually kind of modeled it off of my friend Matthew's mask. So a lot of you guys probably know Matthew, but he goes by Mash online. So I talked about him in the last live stream too. He runs the pads tracker, and so he has a Kiver mask. And so when I was looking at his mask, I was like, man, this thing is beautiful. And so when I had a chance to get a mask, I was like, hey, I want it pretty much exactly like Matt's because it looks so awesome. But then the paint job is my own, of course. So I'll go through a couple questions first while we wait for a few more people. We're over 30 now, so that's pretty awesome, especially for a Friday night. That's awesome, guys. So thanks all for coming. Yeah, greetings from Iraq. That's awesome. So I'm really happy that. What time is it there? I was hoping that because I knew there were one or two guys who were probably overseas in Iraq, who came to my last chat. So I was kind of hoping that some of you guys would be able to come to this chat, and maybe it's a more palatable time for you guys. And then let's see, we got some questions about the Premiere pads. Jeremy, thank you so much. And you made a sick glove save. Very nice. You got to get that on camera though, and post up on YouTube. That'll be fun. All right. Oh, that's not bad. Yeah, 9 a.m. So that's what I was kind of shooting for you guys who are like overseas and stuff. I figure like for the vast majority of you guys, it would be like 7 to 10 a.m. something like that. And then I think we had some Australian guys too. So I can't remember what time it is in Australia, but it's I know it's like behind, or I don't know. I think they're in the future technically. So yes, so all of you guys who are asking about the eFlex 3s, yes, I am getting eFlex 3s. I already have my order in. They should be in, I believe it's this month, if I remember correctly. So don't worry, guys. They are on their way, or they will be on their way. I have no idea. I don't have any shipping information yet. Usually I don't. Usually they just kind of like appear on my doorstep, and it's the most beautiful thing in the world. So that's awesome. Okay, so let's go ahead and unbox the Kiver mask really quick, and look at the paint job, and then we'll go from there. So now I have my my mic in the way, so I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna be able to actually live unbox it right in front of you guys. All right, so I'm gonna stand up here. Let me know if the sound gets really bad or something though, and I'll try to move that around. All right, so we have our rather large bag. I don't think you guys can see my address there, so don't send me anything weird. But all right, interesting box job. All right, we got a Xerox box. So this should, I'm hoping it's not paper, because I just bought a bunch of paper anyway, so I don't need more paper. All right, I'm excited. I've been waiting for this mask for some time. All right, the lid's coming off. All right, Guy Blessing. Yeah, you're gonna need to let yourself out. I'm not even sure if I can continue forward after such a terrible joke. So I'm just gonna wait here for you to excuse yourself. No, I'm just kidding. You can stay. All right, we got bubble wrap galore. You can see the mask already. See the mask, it's coming through. We have a lot of bubble wrap, which is good, because this beauty should be protected. Alright, let's see here. Look at this. Nothing else in the box. Look at that. It smells a little funny, but usually masks, new masks especially do. Wow, that's beautiful. I'll hold it up to the camera here in a second. That's really nice. Really deep ridges up here, so that's kind of interesting. I think maybe that's a little closer to the 9961, if I remember correctly. Has sort of that deeper, the deeper ridges here, and I'll kind of compare it to my 961s that I have right now here in a second. After I get done gawking at my own mask, but it looks absolutely beautiful. Love the vent holes here. They're very nicely done. Sometimes with some manufacturers, they don't have very good quality control, and their vent holes tend to be like really sharp. I've actually cut myself on a vent hole before, oddly enough. Yes, I stayed in the game, but these are really nice. Little glue in that one, but that's all right. And then I'll kind of hold it up so you guys can see the actual design. So what I had asked for you guys who I've been talking about a gaming channel for some time, and so my gaming username is Mighty Pleb, typically, and so I wanted that on the sides. And then one of the main games that I play, it's called DayZ, which is like a post-apocalyptic zombie kind of shoot 'em up game, first-person shooter, military-based. And so I wanted something that was a little zombie themed. You guys have also seen I had another zombie mask in the past. That was really cool. We got a blood splotch up there. And then on the other side, I kind of wanted something that was a little, a little neat for the philosophy part of my life. And so, I have Sisyphus down here, if any of you guys know who Sisyphus is. And then he's kind of pushing the boulder up the side of this, volcano that's exploding. So that's pretty cool. And we have like a really neat like ice design, but we have obviously the fire coming through, or perhaps blood on this side. I don't know. We got some blood splotches. This cage is really nice too. Really well welded. Sometimes you get a cage and it's like slightly off, and I've actually noticed on quite a few of the stock Bauer cages, it doesn't quite go on the front of the mask exactly right. So sometimes it can be a little bit on the side. So it's really nice to see that. And then the back plate here, just to show you guys, sort of a continuation of the lava design and the ice design up here. So that's really neat. They did a really good job here. Oh, and then this is kind of nice. You can see here, Kiver Pro mask. And then January 18th, 2017. So that's cool. Get that little extra personalized touch. Oh, look, there's a little message on the other side too. That's awesome. So I'll show you guys here. So get that strap out of the way. Let's see if I can figure out how to show you guys. This way. Custom handmade goalie mask for Thomas Ames. Pretty cool. Awesome. Alright, so I'm going to take a seat here. Put my microphone back. Hopefully you guys could hear all that. So I'll put it on here in a second. I'll probably end up putting Outsiders on this one. I really like Outsiders since it opens up the back plate. So I'll end up putting Outsiders on this one. The paint is extremely good. You can see quite a bit of detail, especially in the lava. And then the Sisyphus is just like really detailed. If I can get, I don't know how well you guys can see that because I know it's trying to auto zoom in and whatnot, but that looks really cool. They did a really good job on that. And then look how crisp the letters and how crisp the zombies and the environment is. Just really cool. Great paint job. So I'm really excited about that. Alright, I'll try it on now. I'm kind of excited about that too. If I remember correctly, yeah, I sent them measurements. So this is definitely like entirely custom made. Of course, the strapping's not going to be perfect to start, so I'm going to have to figure out the strapping. Of course, I'm going to mess up my nice hair today, but whatever. We got a chin cup in this one for you guys who are counting. So you guys know I've talked quite a bit about chin cups and chin slings, and for a while I was really wearing chin slings in all of my masks. And then when I got my 961 custom mold, my Bobrovsky mold, it has a chin cup, and I never did switch that out, and I've just kind of gotten used to the chin cup. And then you see there's like a yellow terry cloth sweatband back there. So I'll probably end up replacing that one with the Bauer sweatband because I really like that. Now, before I put it on, I do want to point out something about the foam because this is kind of interesting. It's something I haven't seen before. So we have a more traditional foam right here, but if you look over, and let me see here, I can't look on a video camera and know where I'm pointing, but if you see right here, this is more of a softer black foam, but it's thinner, and so it's very, very similar to, it looks very similar to the Bauer Enemy line that has that black foam that's a little thinner, but it's very soft. So that's nice, and it looks like it's dual density. Yeah, for sure. So the foam that's nearest to the mold is definitely harder, and then the foam that's closer, or that will rest on my head here, will be more comfortable. So that's really nice. Nice little touch there. All right, I'll put it on now. See you guys talking about it. All right. Okay. I'm gonna definitely have to adjust this. I don't know how much you guys are gonna be able to hear me through the mask either, but like I hear myself perfectly fine. Now you can see here I'm sitting like really far back in this mask, so you can see I can fit like a full, probably 2 fingers. Yeah, full 2 fingers from my nose to the cage, and usually I'm used to it pretty close, so it'll take just a little bit getting used to, but I do really like the fit. Like I can feel the custom fit up here in the forehead for sure. There's a lot of masks, and this is especially true of the Bauer 961. When you're watching like junior goalies or even some pro goalies, who is that? I just saw him tonight. Gibson. When you look at Gibson, he wears his mask like really oddly because of his junior days. And so for a lot of goalies who wear like the 961 mold, it doesn't quite fit them correctly, and so they end up resting it on their eyebrow ridge. Okay, cool. I'm glad you can hear me. So thank you, Ryan. And so this one I can feel it's actually touching the top of my head up here, which is not usual for me. So that's really nice to be able to feel that. Like it's a more secure feel. Like it's not rocking too much on my head, whereas a regular mask probably would. So that's really nice. A little bit longer of a chin. I like that. Those nice vent holes here. I'm really excited about these vent holes too because, you know, if I do another mask cam, you have to have the vent holes. And so I'm interested to see if the mask cam will end up still being able to be an option with this mask. So I'll kind of look this way. Of course, I can't see because I have another screen over there. But just you guys can see what it looks like on this side too. But it feels great. Like I can definitely feel that it's a custom mold. That's awesome. I just wish I could like look forward and know what I look like. Here, I'm gonna switch screens really quick just so I can see. You can see a little bit of gap in the temple, but that's not a problem at all. That's typical. You can see like my eyes are looking straight out of the cat eye. So this is really well done. That's fantastic. Yeah. I'm really excited about this. And then we got to do the headrest test. So for all of us goalies who like to rest the mask on the top of their head between plays and whatnot, there are some masks, I know this sounds like a funny test to do, but there are some masks that really press in on the temples, and it really actually hurts to do to this and rest it up there. So actually this feels incredibly nice, and so I'm really excited to try this in a game and then see if it ends up pressing on my temples or not, and then also see, you know, how much movement is there in a game, especially on, you know, cross ice plays. If you wear a mask that's far too big, and I have a really small head, so that's why I'm really, really excited about this mask being a custom mold, because I have a, you know, when I wear hats, it's basically like a youth large, So I have a really unusually small head, at least at the top. So so it might look tight on my temple, but it's not at all. Like it's not even remotely pressing on it, which is really nice. And yet it's still staying there. So it's not like falling off or anything. So that's pretty cool. All right. So while it's up there, I'll take some questions here. And there are a lot. So I'm not going to be able to get to like I see you guys talking about like what levels you are and whatnot. That's pretty cool. Okay. So, am I going to go with the Maltese gel? I don't know yet. I have talked about the Maltese gel, and I wouldn't mind switching all my masks to that. Um, so I might do that eventually, but I definitely want to try their foam first because the foam is custom measured to my head. So, first and foremost, I want to try what they've done for me, and then we'll go from there. All right. There's a lot of questions over like how much it cost, and to be fully transparent with you guys, I traded my co-host set for this. So, um, and I don't know if they would do that for anyone else. I don't have a clue, but I was looking to because the new co-hosts are going to be coming out, so I don't have any need for my old ones because I'm hoping to get new ones. So, um, considering that new line's coming out here, and I've had those co-hosts for what like 2 or 3 years now, and they've been beautiful pads and they're in great shape. So fortunately I had the opportunity to do a little bit of a trade here, and I'll do that pretty often. So guys ask me pretty often what happens to the old gear, and sometimes I'll give it to a goalie who's in need, like a goalie who either can't afford new gear, or a goalie who had his gear stolen. I've done that before, and then sometimes I sell it, and then that's usually like a year or two after I get it. Sometimes I'll sell it, and then that makes up the cost of like videography and editing equipment and computers and stuff like that that I use to run this channel. And then the other thing I might do occasionally, and actually this is kind of often, is I'll trade gear back and forth and try out some new stuff that way. So, Bendy, I want to play goalie, but I can't stop a beach ball. What do I do? Just get on the ice, buddy. I'll tell you what, like, I used to be really bad. Like, everyone starts out really bad. And I remember the first couple times I played ice, after the first time I played, I was so bad out there. And this was after, like, I was a really good roller goalie at the time. I started out in roller hockey because I'm from the country. So I didn't have an ice rink that was that close to me. I think probably 30 minutes away was my nearest ice rink, which doesn't sound that far, but it is. So I grew up playing roller hockey, and I was a pretty good roller goalie at that point. Like I was already playing travel and tournament hockey and stuff like that. So, but I wanted to always try ice. So I'm out there in my player skates and in my regular gear, in my regular goalie gear that I've used for roller. And I was completely terrible in this stick and puck. In fact, I remember the first save I tried to make. I still remember it to this day. I think I've talked about this before, but basically what happened was kid comes in on basically, it's a stick and puck, so he's coming in on a breakaway for no good reason. And he's coming in, and I go to make a 5-hole save, and I slid back in my own net. And that's when I knew, like, this isn't good. Like, I'm going to be really bad. And I was terrible that entire time. And so I told my mom after that time, I said, I'm never playing ice again. Like, that was terrible. And she said, no, why don't you go back one more time and see if it's any better? Just try one more time. So I went back one more time, and I was terrible again. And but fortunately, it was like a really small stick and puck. And they were like, if I remember correctly, 2 or 3 kids from the local high school who were out there, and they're like, hey, we only have one goalie on our team. Can you stay afterwards and practice with us? And it's like, well, I was terrible, but I guess. So I don't know what it was, but something clicked, like between the first stick and puck and that practice afterwards. Because in that practice, something clicked and I was incredible. And within a couple weeks, I was picked up by the high school team to be their second goalie and get used to ice. So that was really, really nice and really lucky. So that's my feel-good story of the night. Okay. So let's see what else is going on here. Yeah, you routine. Okay, so um, I would not be concerned at the point that you get lit up by 11-year-olds and you're 16 and a winger, because first of all you're a winger, and second of all, like if you're a new goalie, you're gonna be terrible at the beginning. Like that's just how it is. And like usually I play like high B or A level hockey, and if I play against like C level or D level players, I am terrible because you can't read plays anymore because they don't know what they're doing. So you don't know, or like they don't know what they're doing, so you don't know what they're doing. Um, and they, all of your shots that are coming in, they're all like flippy and stuff, and you have no idea where those shots are coming. So I am just completely terrible when I play against really bad players. So don't be concerned that, if you're a new goalie, that you're bad right now. You will get better with more time. So don't worry. All right, what else we got going on here? So I wish I was a goalie, but I'm a first-year bantam defenseman. No goalie skates. Started out the same way. Terrible gear. Road Warrior blocker. iTech glove. Crappy chest protector. Crappy pads. Not a mask. Well, not a mask. That's probably not good. But you're gonna need one of those if you want to keep playing. I'm assuming you're probably playing some road hockey or something like that. All right, what else we got? Yeah, I play beer league hockey now. Usually A level. Sometimes I'll play B level if I'm desperate for ice time. Problem is one of my local rinks is actually shutting down right now, so that's not good. But there's still opportunities out there. So like, really, I was supposed to have a game tonight, and I talked about that in my last live stream, but I couldn't end up playing. So, fortunately, a buddy of mine played for me. But I should be in net next Friday. Should. Can you do a GoPro hockey video vintage style with no helmet? No, but the reason why is because no rink would ever let me do that. Now, of course, like I've taken shots before at like a goalie school where I'm teaching goalies what to do, and you're not out there in a helmet, but you'll take some shots occasionally from the other skaters. I haven't gotten hit in the face, so that's a good sign. Of course, for all of you guys who follow the Instagram page, I posted up a picture earlier, and of course I can't remember who that is. I don't know why I can't remember. I even know who that is, Terry Sawchuk, and his face just looks terrible. So I posted up that picture because it's funny how, like, back in the day, goalies were just the ugliest guys on the ice because we didn't wear masks, and they're getting pucks hitting their face all the time, and scars and stitches and all sorts of gross stuff happening to their face. And nowadays, let's be honest, guys, like, we're the most beautiful people on the ice. We have like Henrik Lundqvist, who's a model. I think there's actually several model goalies. In fact, trying to remember what his name is. I have his videos right here. Corey Wogtek. He's also a model. I've known him for a number of years. So we have a lot of model goalies now, thanks to thanks to masks. So, okay, let's see what else we got here. Okay, weird question. I like those. And I like starting off with those. Why not? I'm 15 and can't stand straight bar cage. My new mask doesn't offer a certified cat eye, just uncertified cat eyes. What can I do? There's not much you can do, to be perfectly honest. I do think there's a couple websites out there where you can get goalie cages, and I'm trying to remember. Yeah, goaliecages.com. So let me switch here, and I'll show you guys. Let me make sure I don't have anything weird up right now. I don't think so. So here's goaliecages.com. I have not bought anything from them before, but considering they have like NXI cages, like this is from back in the day. Like I had an NXI a long time ago. So the fact that they have all of these, you can probably find some sort of a cage that would fit. And if not, why just contact them and ask them if they have a cage that would work for you. At the same time, one thing I always tell people is, especially when it comes to like retailers and custom companies and whatnot, like tell them if there's something you want to see, because if they don't know you want it, then they'll never order it. So if there's a large, faction of goalies who want, the kind of cage that you want, someone will make those cages eventually because it'll be profitable to do so. So, be vocal about the things that you need to be the best goalie you can be. Where do I usually buy my gear, online or local? After new chesty, thinking of a Vaughn. So it really depends on the kind of equipment it is. So I'm in St. Louis, and so here in St. Louis we have a lot of total hockey, and of course Total Goalie. So and Total Goalie is a part of Total Hockey, if you didn't know that. So we have Total Hockey retailers. I go in there, I get my skate sharpened, I buy most of my like smaller stuff there. Some jerseys I'll buy there. I usually don't buy equipment there though. So most of my gear I'll either buy sometimes online, and then also sometimes directly from manufacturers. Sometimes I'm able to do that. So it just depends on what kind of gear. So for one thing, for like a chest protector, I would definitely recommend putting it on if you're going to buy stock before you buy it. In which case you have to buy, local. But if you can afford it, definitely look at Paso, because you see that red Paso back there. There we go. That's my favorite chesty of all time, by far. And I know you can't try it before you buy it, but considering they come on Skype with you and like they show you how to measure things and they make sure that the measurements are correctly, so it's a custom fit, so you can't go wrong. So hopefully that helps. All right. The glove is honestly just fine. I don't know where you started here, but can you recommend any good blockers and pads without the leather straps? They cut into my legs and it really hurts after. So, I mean, as far as blockers go, it really just depends on what you like in a balance of a blocker. So, here, hold on. All right, cool. So it just really depends on what you want from a blocker. So as far as the balance goes, like with a CCM or a Reebok blocker, it's very well balanced, and so it stays like straight up. And so when I do my reviews, you can see that. And when I review a Bauer blocker, it tends to be balanced towards the outside, which is a little bit different, but I can do either one. So it's really just up to personal preference. Now, as far as like leg pads go with leather straps, they cut into your legs. That honestly tells me that you have them like way too tight. Like you don't need them that tight. Especially with modern, goalie pads, you have, the elastic bands that are typically at the knee or at the top of the calf, and then also another one typically at the middle or the bottom of the calf. And so something in there should be perfectly fine. So stop strapping your pads that tight would be my answer to that one, honestly. So now don't go too loose. Like don't go like Patrick Lalime, like 1999 loose. Like that's, I wonder if I can even find a picture of that really quick. Let me see. It's actually pretty funny. I used to I used to really like Patrick Lalime, and he used to wear his pads just incredibly loose, like insanely loose. And I remember there used to be a picture where it kind of showed just how loose it was, and that was more popular when I was a kid, growing up, playing juniors and whatnot. Back then, most goalies kept their pads just insanely loose. Like, you're not going to believe this if I can find the picture. I might even have to search for, like, strapping or something like that just to find it. Because most of these pictures here are not showing when he went through his loose phase, if you will. So let's see if I can... I don't want to take too much time looking for this stuff, but And I'm pretty sure it was Patrick Lalime. I just remember it's like a behind pitcher, and the pads are just so friggin' loose. Goalie pads straps loose. Let's go for that. Let's see what happens here. I'm not really finding it. This is a very long time ago though, so I'm not really that surprised that I can't find it. Well, is that one close? And that's Hobby Bullin. Hobby Bullin used to keep his pretty loose too. I don't know. I can't find it. Oh well. Okay, let's keep going. You should be a model. So here, funny enough, first of all, clearly I should not be a model. However, I have actually modeled before. So if you remember back, what was that, during November or October for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, I had a shoot with Total Hockey. And so we did like taping a pink stick, and so you guys saw that video on here, and then you probably also saw it on TotalGoalie.com. Well, at the same time, I actually also modeled some clothes for them, but I've never seen them come through, so I wonder if I'm just a terrible model. So, oh, that's a good question. So the weight of the mask. Okay, that kind of hurt taking it off. You can see it. It was pressing in a little bit. You can kind of see a line here, but it didn't. The mask isn't what hurt it. It's just that it was pulling out my hair, so now I got a funny hairdo. So whatever. The weight of this is definitely less than the 961, and so that feels quite nice. And I remember he actually sent me a picture of the weight. So let me see if I can find it really quick. That shouldn't take too long, because it was actually pretty outstanding. It's like a pound and something, and I'm pretty sure that most masks are like 2 pounds or maybe even a little bit more. I know I saved it here somewhere, because I was astounded by how light it was. I don't know why I can't find it now. And now I've gone back way too far. Oh, maybe not. Hold on here. I think I'm close. Or maybe not. Yeah, now I'm too far. I don't know. Oh, you know what? He sent it on Facebook, not text. That's why. Alright, hold on. Let me look one more time. I just could have sworn I had saved it, but I guess I probably didn't. I don't know. Alright, I've got to be close. Alright, so that's where I gave my measurements. Oh, come on. I don't know why I can't find it. That's really annoying. I'm going to have to be coming up on it here. And of course, like, texting, you can kind of go through them pretty quickly. How am I not coming up close on this? Alright, well. Oh well. Anyway, it's light. That's what I can say. So, sorry. Alright, let's see what else here. Nashed Potatoes. Is that a dude's name? Because that is absolutely hilarious. Yeah, that's a dude's name. Nice job on the name. That's awesome. Okay. Let's keep going here. Alright, have I ever tried Bauer pants? So yes, in fact somebody asked me that. I think it was on YouTube today. I just haven't responded to them yet. Somebody was asking me about the Odin 1S pants. But the only time I have used Bauer pants, I think I had Bauer pants when I was 16, if I remember correctly. I had them for like a year or something. And then I used the Bauer pants for that on ice demo that I did of the 1S pants, or the 1S pads. But to be honest, like I can't really give you like a good sense of how the pants are because I was only wearing them for like an hour or 2 hours, and they were definitely not broken in. So they were like really crunchy. So I can't really tell you. Sorry. All right. What else is going on here? All right. Any advice for a new goalie that's 13? Going into high school next year, but my school doesn't have a team. So you might be able to do what I did. So going back to my story earlier, my high school didn't have a team either, and so I went to a private high school. We didn't have a team, and then a public high school picked me up. So our local league here allows private high school kids who they don't have a team at their school. And they also allow homeschooled kids to get positions on public teams. So you might have that same opportunity. I don't know. You'd have to check with your high schools or your high school league. But that's what I would recommend doing. I mean, for one thing, it doesn't hurt to ask. And if they haven't considered something like that before, maybe you'll be the trendsetter. Who knows? So, other than that, like just about getting better, my advice would definitely be to just get on the ice whenever you can. Sticking pucks, games, scrimmages, whatever. Just get on the ice. All right, where did I get the locker thing in the back with the gear on it? So that's another question I get pretty often. So that is a Pro Goalie locker system. And so if you look up Pro Locker, PROLOCKER, just one word, they'll come right up. And it's a great system. A little expensive, but it's a great system. I love that thing. And yeah, you can probably build one too, but I couldn't do it. I am not handy like at all. All right. So I don't think I have anything else to really talk about, but I absolutely love this mask. So I'm really excited about throwing a dangler on this and trying it out here. So of course, one of the things that's a little concerning is that the only pads I have back there right now, they're the wrong color. So my eFlex 3s though, if you remember, those are white and red. So I haven't decided if I'm gonna go crazy and not match for a game. Usually I don't like to not match, or if I'll just go ahead and do it just so I can start to use the mask. Because as you guys know, like I don't review things that I haven't used a lot, because I'm not going to wear a piece of equipment 4 times and tell you it's the best thing in the world. Like you can't do that. I prefer to use it for really I like to hit at least 14 sessions on the ice before I give you guys a good review. That way I can feel in different situations how the pads work. And then also it gives you a first look at some durability, because if it's gonna fall apart, it's gonna fall apart really at the beginning. It's not like electronics where a year on the dot, thanks to the warranties, it's gonna fall apart. So yes, I would love to get lime green pads. Those are awesome, especially if you saw the ones that Brian's posted up today. Really cool on Instagram. So one last question: what's the difference between cat eye and straight cages? So of course, the only mask that I have with a straight cage or with a cheater cage is actually upstairs in my car right now, so I can't really show you. But I could probably show you on a website though, really quick. So let's see. Let me switch screens here, and let me see here if I can show you directly on this website. Of course, now their website's not working, so I don't know what's going on here. Let's try that again. It's telling me it's seeing results, but I've clearly not seen any results. So I don't know. Their website just doesn't seem to be working for me anymore. But here, I can still show you. So goalie cage images. So so here's the difference. You have a cat eye, And let me make sure there's nothing weird on here. Okay, everything looks good. So you have, so this is a certified cat eye cage. Here's a cat eye. So you see the difference here. These bars right here are closer together on the cat eye, and on the certified cat eye, they're a little further apart because they have to reduce the eye hole. And so you typically have another bar up here too. So you see one bar going across. This one has another bar to reduce that eye hole area. That way a blade can't come in here. You can probably still get a butt end in there, but it's not going to be very easy. And then the other kind of a cage that you'll typically see is more of a straight bar. And so, let me see here, because that's not really I mean, that's kind of close. Yeah, you got your certified, your cat eye. Yeah, so we can kind of go through this. So, and here's your regular. So for those of you who play like high school hockey or even junior hockey, a lot of junior leagues will also require you to have a certified cage. So if you don't like the certified cat eye, which I never liked, you can go with the certified cage, which is much more similar to like a player cage. And then I didn't see any other like weird ones here. Here's a cheater cage. So the cheater cage is like a combination between the certified with those square holes, but these are way bigger. So it's kind of like a cat eye, but also a straight bar. So really, I am not a huge fan of cheater cages. I think they look weird, if nothing else. And then, oh, here's a combo. You guys know my beef with combos. But yeah, that's really about it. So fun times. All right, let's see if we got anything else. Otherwise, we'll get going. It's pretty late. It's like 12:35 now. So, all right. I need to switch screens again. There we go. Show the puck in the eye care. Yeah. So, of course, I already closed that window, but I actually saw that one earlier too. I almost posted that up. All right, I'm seeing some weird stuff on this page. So give me 1 second here. In fact, I just saw a picture that I've never seen before. That's pretty outstanding. So let me. Okay, and then here's another funny one. Okay, so let me switch screens again. So check this out. I've never seen this picture before. So this goalie, clearly back in the day, has it's almost kind of like a Hannibal Lecter style, like clear mask. Got a little chin pad here, but it looks like it probably pivots down similar to a welder's mask, but I've never seen this picture before. I don't think I would like to wear something like that, because I would be concerned of a puck coming in and shattering that thing and shards of it going in my eyes. So I think that's probably a bad thing, typically. So, and then here's the, it's bad quality, but here's the one where the puck came through the cage and hit Eddie in the eye and in the top of the or the top of the cheek, yeah. And then we got this funny one too. So here's an early hybrid cage mask. This is very similar though, and I can't remember what it's called, but I know there's a company out here that makes them. And if I remember correctly, this is very similar to a kind of cage style that I think it's field hockey that they wear or something, or it's some other weirdo sport. I can't remember. So there's different cages out there, and you can get them custom made, but I wouldn't recommend it. So all right. Jeremy, do you ask me that question every time? I'm pretty sure you do. I don't have a favorite NHL team. And what is finger curl? So finger curl used to happen on a lot of Vaughn gloves. So basically it's like where the edge of the glove is, it would basically curl inwards, and it wasn't that great. So but the newer ones don't seem to do that. So it doesn't seem that finger curl is an issue anymore. Can I show you the new Coho pads? I cannot. I don't have. I do have a picture, but I cannot show you. My favorite team cannot be the Devils because first of all, I don't like Martin Brodeur, and he's ruined the Devils jersey for me. I also didn't like Scott Stevens. I think he was a completely overrated defenseman. And their team was horribly boring, you know, in the 90s and the early 2000s. I know, Jeremy, you're very upset now, but nonetheless, the Devils will never be it. And I really don't like Corey Schneider that much. Like, he's a good goalie and whatnot, but he's not exciting to watch. He seems nice. That's about it. All right, guys. Even though we have 31 people watching and it's 12:30 at night, 12:40 now almost, I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down because, as you can probably tell, I'm getting tired. So, and I have to get up early in the morning. I have an all-day conference tomorrow. So, I really appreciate all of you guys coming on here, and it's awesome. I'll continue doing these, of course. So don't worry, many more of these things are coming up. I'd like to do them weekly if at all possible, but it's probably not possible. But something like maybe, you know, at the very least once a month, if not twice a month, I could probably do something like that. So if you do have more questions, hold them on for a little bit. And yes, I do like the Oilers. So I watched their game earlier tonight. So anyway, hope you guys have a wonderful night. If you have games tomorrow, good luck. If you have tournaments this weekend, good luck. And otherwise, good luck to all of you. And I will see you all out on the ice. Have a great one.